सदाशिव समारंभां शंकराचार्य मध्यमां अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां तपोभिः क्षीणपापानां शान्तानां वीतरागिणां मुमुक्षूणाम् अपेक्ष्योऽयम् आत्मबोधो विधीयते। अरुणेनैव बोधेन पूर्वं सन्तमसे हृते तत आविर्भवेदात्मा स्वयमेव अंशुमान् इव. So the author is talking about Acharya is talking about the nature of Brahmajnanam. So what happens there? Arunena iva bodhena purvam santamase hrite. So when the Arunodaya happens, when the breaking of dawn happens, it immediately dispels the darkness. And then the sun, it paves the way for the sun to automatically shine on the, shine in the world. In the same way, Atma, just in the same way, Bodhena, Jnanam acts as Arunodaya, as the breaking of dawn, and with the Jnanam, you remove Ajnanam. There is nothing else to obstructing the Atman to shine forth, so it automatically reveals itself and it shines. So, Swayameva, Amshumaniva, like the sun, it shines. Okay. Yadyapi aparokshatvat atma sada prapta eva तथापि कदा प्राप्तः भविष्यति इति शिष्य अभिप्रायम् आशंक्य आह. So even though Atma is always present there, when do we actually experience that we have obtained it? Atma is ever present. Sada prapta eva. So kada praptaha bhavishyati. In the sense, kada apraptaha bhavishyati. Probably it should be kada apraptaha bhavishyati. Or kada apraptaha asit tarhi kada praptaha bhavishyati. So when was it not obtained that it is being obtained at this point? So this could be a question that arises in the mind of a shishya. So he answers in the shloka, Atma tu satatam praptaha api apraptavat avidyaya tannashe praptavat bhati swakantha bharanam yatha. We call this Kantha Chamīkaranyāyam. Chamīkara is a necklace. Kantha Haranyāyam or Kantha Chamīkaranyāyam. Swakantha Bharanam Yatha. We are wearing a necklace or some kind of a chain, and we generally search for the chain. Where is it? Someone who is, it mostly happens with the case of spectacles. We keep it on our head and we keep searching everywhere. Someone comes and says, oh, it is there on your head. So was it ever lost that you got it now? So in that manner, Atma tu satatam praptaha. Atma is always something that we have with us. Parantu avidyaya, but because of avidya, it is as if it was not got. Apraptavat. So tannashe avidyanashe. When that avidya is gone, a Sadguru comes and gives you the upadesha and that avidya is gone, then praptavat bhati. It seems as if we have gotten the Atmajnana. So praptavat, as if we got it. It's always been there. So Atma tu shabda Swatma Vyatiriktasya Nityasiddhatva Abhava Suchanartha. Okay. Continuing from the earlier, see, Swayameva Amshuman Iva Atma Avirbhavet. Atma will automatically Avirbhavati, it will automatically manifest itself. But was it absent that it is manifesting itself now? Is the question. So in order to answer that question, he says Atma tu, whereas an Atma, which is always present. So tu, to show the difference between what we have said before and what we are trying to establish right now, in the sense that it is Nitya Siddha, it is ever present. Yacha apnoti yadadatte yacha atti vishayan iha yacha asya santataha bhavaha tena cha atma iti giyate. Yatacha apnoti, that which is being attained, yatacha adatte, that which takes on yacha atti vishayana, and that which enjoys all of the vishayas, all of the objects in the world, yacha asya santataha bhavaha, and that which is ever present when all of these actions are happening. When we are eating, when we are attaining something, when we are taking on something, when we are understanding something, when all of these indriyas are functioning, there is always one aspect which is common there, that is always present, and that is why it is called Atma. iti giyate. Iti vachanena atma satyajnananandalakshanaha pratyagabhinnaha paramatma tu. So atma, which is of the nature of satyam, jnanam and ananda, pratyag abhinnaha paramatma, it is non-different. Paramatma, it is the same as Paramatma, it is the same as the supreme entity, which is non-different from pratyagatma, which is the jivatma. The true nature of the jiva and the true nature of the Ishvara are the same. That we are talking about, that atma here. Satatam praptaha api nityasiddhaha api, even though it is ever present, ever obtained. You don't go in search of it and get it somewhere in the forest. Avidyaya avaranatmikaya mayaya apraptavat asiddhaha iva bhati. It seems as if asiddhaha iva, it is as if not obtained because of maya. That maya is like a curtain which covers. It is like the ajnanam, it covers. Tannashe atasyaha avidyayaha nashe sati, when that avidya is destroyed, when the ignorance is removed. How is it removed? Vedānta shravanādijanya vijñānena ajñāne bādhite sati. When the ajnana is negated, bādhite sati, with the knowledge vijñānam, that is janya, that is born out of Vedānta Shravanadi, that is born out of Vedanta, listening to Vedanta. Then what happens? Swakanthabaranam yatha tatha praptavat bhati. Swakanthabaranam, swagala sthita bhushanam, an ornament which is present at the throat of one's, when like an object which is present at our neck. In the same manner, praptavate labdhaiva bhati. So he explains that what is the norm that happens in the world with this kantha chamikara. Ayam bhavaha yatha loke kasanchit strinam swakantastha abharana vismritya. Some women in the world may forget their ornament that is there at their neck. Paritapyamananam, they become very sad, they suffer because they are unable to find out their ornament. Tad didrikshavati-nam, they want to see it. Drashtum ichhavati-nam, those women want to find out where that ornament is present. Aptavakyena, some person who feels compassion towards them, he comes and says, Svavicharena cha, or someone says, you have it at your neck, or you can say after searching for a long time, maybe I'm wearing it, she's probably wearing some 10 or necklaces, chains, and she doesn't know if she has misplaced one of them. So then she analyzes each one of those and decides, Vismrita kanthabharana praptihi. She attains the kanthabharanam, the necklace, which she had forgotten actually. That's all. So tatha, in the same manner, swatma vismaranena, we have forgotten the true nature of our atma. Paritapyamananam, we suffer because of the avidya and the vishayas that are there. We keep going in again and again because of the ragadveshas. We have forgotten about our true nature, which is ananda, and we have been looking everywhere else for it and suffering. Paritapyamananam, suffering because of that. Atma jignasunam, for people who want to know about the true nature of Atma, Sadguru Upadeshena, by the advice of the Guru, and Swavicharena Saha, and you also do mananam. You think about it, analyze it through your own mind. And then what happens? Avidya Vismrita Paramatma Praptihi. Paramatma, which has been forgotten because of avidya, has now been obtained. Natu Devadatta Griha Praveshavat. It's not like Devadatta entering into a house. So the Brahman is not something that enters into the mind of the jiva, but he just forgot that the true nature of the jiva is the same as Paramatma because of avidya. Now someone says, which is Guru Upadesha, and he remembers it. Atma tu satatam praptaha api apraptavat avidyaya tannashe praptavat bhati swakanthabharanam yatha. Nanu jivaparayoho aikyam ayuktam. स्वभावः दुरतिक्रमः इति न्यायेन स्वाभाविकस्य जीवत्वस्य दुर्निवारत्वात् इति आशङ्क्य आह. Now the next doubt that could arise is, you say pratyag abhinnaha paramatma. Pratyag abhinna ityukte jiva is pratyagatma and paramatma, these two are non-different. But there is so much of how can you say that these two are the same? Katham aikyam ayuktam. It is not possible, or it is not appropriate to talk about aikyam, to talk about oneness between jiva and paramatma, because swabhavaha duratikramaha. My nature is difficult to cross. Okay, what I undergo every day, that has become nature to us, and we are unable to forget the fact that we are jiva. We are bound by this shariram or indriyas or the jnanam that we get out of these indriyas, right? Swabhavikasya jivatvasya dirnivaratvat. It is very difficult to remove the jivatvam that we have, the nature of being a jiva that is natural for us, swabhavikam. So for that he answers, sthanau purushavad bhrantya krita brahmani jivata jivasya tatvike rupe tasmin drishte nivartate. It is darkness, let's say, and there is a post, sthanu, there is a huge post, pillar that is standing, purushavat bhrantya. We think it is a man who is standing there because of bhranti, because of illusion. Correct? So, in the same manner, brahmani jivata krita. In Paramatma, we have superimposed the quality of jivatvam in it. Just as how on a pillar we have superimposed the quality of Purusha due to darkness. In the same way here also, because of avidya, because of ajnanam, we have superimposed jivatvam onto the Brahman. When the jivasya tatvike rupe drishte sati tasmin nivartate, when the true nature of jiva is known, tatvike rupe, tatvika rupam is kalpita swarupam. So when we understand that jiva, the nomenclature of jivatvam has come about because of bhranti, because of brahma, and we realize that the tatvika rupam, the actual swarupam of it is something else. When we realize the Brahman, then jivasya rupe tatvike drishte sati, I think instead of tatvikam he takes it as kalpita swarupam. I don't want to take this. This is a better reading. Jivasya rupe kalpita akare tatvike drishte yatharthye drishte sati. When we understand Brahman in this form, then kalpita rupameva. No. What he actually, the explanation he gives later is very correct. We will forget about the Vyakhyanam for now. So, jivasya tatvike rupe sati, rupe drishte sati, tasmin nivartate. Tasmin is the samsara is completely gone. So, when we understand the real nature of jiva, then the samsara is gone. Actually, even sometimes it is darkness, you realize, you go near, you touch the pillar, you know that it is not Purusha, you realize that, yet you come afar and you again look at that pillar. Now you know it is a pillar which is resembling a man. So that is how a jnani looks at the world. The difference between a person who is not a jnani and a person who is a jnani, how do they view the world? If it is an ajnani, then he views the world as it is real and he keeps on working with the world. Whereas a jnani, a yogi, one who has attained Jivan Mukta, he looks at the world, everything seems as an object and everything, right? But at the same time, he doesn't interact it in the same way as he did when he was an ajnani. Now he knows that this is all illusion and he interacts with it. That's all. Because that knowledge gives a power there. So, tasmin, let me go over this. Manda andhakare, during light darkness, sthanau stambhe, in a pillar, purushavat naraiva bhrantya avivekena, because of bhranti or aviveka, not understanding. In the same manner, brahmani, akhanda sachidananda rupe, in Brahman, jivata, jivasya bhavaha jivata. So, kinchignyata krita. Jivaha aham iti kalpita. We have created a bhavam or the jiva-ness on it, on Brahman. What is the quality of being a jiva? Kinchignaha. One who knows very little. Kinchignaha. Jivaha aham iti. Okay. What happens after that? Jivasya, that kalpitasya, tattvike rupe drishte sati. Kalpita swarupe tasminneva drishyamane sati. When we understand this, that the rupam that we see of Jivan is actually kalpitam, when we realize that it is a brahmatmakam, it is an illusory form that the Jiva has, then tasmin brahma tat karya rupe nissara samsare eva nivartate. Completely the kartritva bhoktritva adi dharmam matva paribhramati. If he only keeps on looking at the jiva and its swarupam, then he only keeps on being in this samsara. If he does not see that, and if he looks at the real nature of Brahman, then everything submerges or it merges with the Brahman. So rather, these are all a little confusing. There is one section which very clearly explains this. This is the part that I want to go over. Jivasya chida abhasasya, that which is slightly like the chit swarupa, like the Paramatma. Swa ajnana kalpitasya rupe tattvike yatarthye kalatraya abhadita swarupe satyajnana ananta anandatmake tasmin brahmani drishte. When he sees the true nature of this jiva as being present within Brahman, then what happens is Sadguru Mukhataha Samyak Anushtita Vedānta Shravana Manana Nididhyasanai Samyak Vijñāte Sati. When he understands the true nature of Jivan, because of Vedanta Shravanam that he has listened over the years, and he has also done Mananam, and then he works on it by doing meditation. He has learnt all of this through the Sadguru. And when he understands this, nivartate vinashyati. What completely goes off? It is the idea of jivatvam is vanished. It goes away. Yatha suryodaya, when the sun rises, sthanuhu eva ayam natu purushaha. We realize that it is only a pillar and it is not a man. It is sthanau kalpita purushatva. The purushatvam, the nature of personness is with kalpitam. It is being created in that sthanu, and that is brahmaha. It is an illusion. So sakaryaha, along with whatever we were afraid of, it is probably a thief who is standing there. He is going to come and take away whatever is there in my house. All of these kinds of, you extend. You don't just stop with saying, there is a man standing there. You start extrapolating from there and saying he is a thief, he is going to come and kill me next. It goes beyond just Brahma, illusion. So sakaryaha, along with all of those extending thoughts, samyak nivartate, all of those are gone. Okay? The same way, brahmaivaham natu jivaha iti brahmani kalpita jivatva brahmaha sakaryaha samyak nivartate eva. So in the same manner, the jivatvam that we had created in Brahman also is removed. Okay? Kshiyante, bhidyate hridaya grantihi chidyante sarva samshayaha kshiyante chasya karmani tasmin drishte paravare. This is in the Upanishads. So bhidyate hridaya grantihi, the hridaya granthi, the knot that is there, that ties the manas to the outside world, it snaps, and then chidyante sarva samshayaha. Any doubts with regards to the Brahman are all gone. And asya karmani kshiyante. Karmani kshiyante is Sanchita karma and agami karma are gone. His prarabdha karma continues. When do all of these three things happen? Tasmin drishte paravare. Para avara. Parasmat. So paravare is the ultimate paraha avareshu paraha. One who is both the paraha and the avaraha. That is, he is of the form of everything, whether it is the living beings or the jagat or the ishvara, everything. So tadrisha paravare paramatmani drishte sati. When he is realized, then all of these things happen. Okay. Sthanau purushavad bhrantya krita brahmani jivata jivasya tattvike rupe tasmin drishte nivartate. Okay.